Hey guys, this is Dr. Sandy with another exciting video for you and your family and friends. Today's topic is the best sleep position. A little bit about myself if you're coming to this video for the first time. My name is Dr. Sandy. I am a chiropractor, been in practice over 20 years. I've personally done over 300,000 chiropractic adjustments. Still learning, still growing, still wanting to get better. We've also been blessed because of the work we've put in, myself and my team. We are very committed to giving the best experience to our patients, getting the best results. We've won multiple awards, which is also why I wanted to mention we've been blessed again. We have been nominated for the 6th time as a top choice chiropractor in Mississauga. So we do need your vote. We do need your support. We're trying to win for the 6th time. So I'm going to include the link below in the comments, but if we could have your support, that would be incredible. And let's jump into the video. So, sleep position. Now, why is this critical? So as a chiropractor, my main focus is to make sure the brain is clearly sending messages through the spinal cord. This controls literally how you feel, how you function, how the organs are working. The brain and spinal cord, in my opinion, is one of the most critical systems in the body. It functions everything. It controls everything. It controls your quality of life. And while we should be careful maybe how we're sitting throughout the day, we should be careful how we lift. We should obviously, hydrate. We need to drink water. We should have good nutrition, all this good things for the body. But one critical thing, especially with the spine, is how you sleep will affect the health of your spine as well. So there's different positions. So let's start with what we should not do. So the worst way to sleep is actually on your stomach. So if you are like this is the pillow obviously, and you're down like this. Now I've had some people, if they're in extreme pain, I understand, but sleeping this way on your stomach is the worst. And why is it the worst? There's natural curves that are in the spine and you're going against them. You're putting force on it. It's putting a lot of pressure on the neck. You are not supposed to sleep on your spine. Please, if you're listening to this, if you walk away with anything today, do not sleep on your stomach unless for whatever medical reason or extreme situation, if that's the only way you can sleep, but it's not advised. You want to start training yourself. So that's the way you don't want to sleep. Second thing is sleeping on your side. Now, if you do sleep on your side, you're going to be like this, lying obviously this way. I would recommend, if you're a side sleeper, I would try to rotate. Don't keep sleeping on the same shoulder. And the other thing I would say to you as well, and this is critical, and I'll just show you over here, we want to be neutral. So if I'm looking over here, so head should be going this way. Now let's say I had no pillow and I'm a side sleeper. What can happen is this. And what that's going to do is put a lot of stress on the cervical spine. I mean, we're talking shoulder problems, stiffness of the neck, potentially headaches, maybe even dizziness. And imagine you sleep 6 hours, 7 to 8 hours sleeping like this. It's very hard, very damaging to the spine. So we don't want to do that. The other extreme, we don't want that. We're sleeping this way. And let's say I start to load up like extra pillows, extra support. Some people might be using 2-3 pillows. It's too elevated. And then we see this situation. And then we're like this, and it's too high. So too low is too bad, but too high is equally bad. And again, we're putting too much stress on the spine. So we want to go for neutral. So I'm going to get rid of this extra support just for a second. And we want to be neutral as much as we can, as close as possible. It's almost like the head is just completely straight. And if I could, I would draw an imaginary line literally from here going all the way through the spinal column. And we want to be as straight as possible. And even the shoulder. So we don't want to be too forward. We don't want to be way back. We want to be centered. Okay, so this is for the side sleepers. I will say another thing if you're a side sleeper. So I'm just going to show you with that extra support. So if we have, I'm just using a blanket for example, but a small pillow or a blanket or something between the knees if you're a side sleeper. What this does, it keeps your hips neutral. And it just provides for a more comforting sleep. Now I'm just showing you this for a demonstration. I would say that if you could use something that you feel comfortable with, and again, it shouldn't be too big, too small, but just feeling comfortable, okay? So that's if you're a side sleeper. But what is the best way to sleep? And I'm going to show you that. So the best way to sleep I recommend to my patients, and again, do what's comfortable. For some reason, if you can't sleep on your back, then that's fine. But if you can, sleeping on your back is advised. So we want to sleep on our back like this. Now, to make it even better, getting my extra support again, if I can put something underneath my knees, and this is great if you ever have back pain. So we have support here, and we have a pillow or blanket underneath the knees. Very comfortable. I mean, I could just fall asleep right now. It's very comfortable. This is the best way to sleep. You may need to adjust this support. I like to put it below the knees. You may even want to have it a little higher if that feels better. And again, if you have back pain, please consider this. You may want to put it more under the hamstrings. You have the knees. And then if I go a little bit lower, you may even want it under the feet or under the calf. So see what works for you. That's always the golden rule. And let's say you're like, a lot of patients will sometimes say, I'm a side sleeper and this is where I feel best. That's fine. But what I would even do if you're open to this information and you want to get the best results, in my opinion, what I would say is, like, let's say you are a side sleeper, you wake up in the middle of the night, just train yourself over time. Train yourself slowly to go on your back. And again, choose the position that's comfortable. Lying on your stomach will always be the hardest on the spine, so we want to avoid that at all costs, unless that's the only thing that works. Let's say you're watching this video and you have a history of really severe shoulder pains and vertigo. So these are the two situations where I would advise that in your bed, so let's say I have my bed here and you have a headboard, what you want to do is you want to get some support like you're going to read a book. So this is for people who get like dizziness, vertigo, or extreme shoulder pain, and you want to sleep kind of like this at an angle. So if you can imagine the headboard is behind me, you're kind of sleeping at an angle like you're going to read a book, you want to sleep upright. You may even want in your house, if you have a recliner, you may want to sleep on that. If you have a history of vertigo, if you have a history of shoulder pain, that may be another option. If you have a big sofa with proper support, maybe for a few days or a week or two, you may, because of shoulder pain or vertigo or headaches, or dizziness, you may want to sleep on that sofa with proper support. Obviously be safe when you do these things. Since we're talking about sleeping, question I get all the time, Dr. Sandy, what is the best pillow? So right here, this is the pillow I use. So this is called a buckwheat pillow. I'm pretty sure if you go on Amazon, there is a company, I believe they're Canadian, obviously, and the company's name is Comfy. They make buckwheat pillows. I think buckwheat pillows are the best. If you want to buy any brand, I mean, it's up to you, but a buckwheat pillow is what I recommend. Why? So it's breathable, it's organic. If you sweat at night or anything like that, it'll stay cool, which really helps with sleeping. It's natural. I like things that are natural. I don't like things that are obviously synthetic. I can actually get this now. If you see when I drop that, I mean, you can feel this has got some weight. So it's definitely more firm, and I can actually shape it the way I like. If I want a bit of a dip, if I want it to be a little higher, I like that I can shape it. And then it's firm, it's supportive. In my opinion, a good pillow should be supportive. So I'd highly recommend a buckwheat pillow. Again, the other popular thing is probably like a memory foam or anything else out there. That I'll leave up to you. My opinion would be to definitely look into a buckwheat pillow. That would be highly recommended. The mattress itself, I would recommend a more firm mattress. I always use this analogy. I kind of tell my patients, so if you're sleeping on the ground, let's say stiffness wise, that's like a 10 out of 10, like sleeping on the ground, you can't get much harder than that. You want to buy a mattress that's like an 8 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10, but more on the firm side. Now, I know in the market right now, there's a lot of these like soft mattresses and things like that. In my opinion, and again, see what works for your body, but firm is better. Go for a firm mattress. You may even, although the technology is changing a lot, I've seen a lot of these commercials, to tell you the truth, at the end of the day, a mattress with some springs inside, but with a good foam padding, but actually springs inside, you want support. In my opinion, I see a lot of these mattresses that are developing and they have no support, and maybe initially they're firm, but then quickly over time they just start to sag. We don't want that. We want support. The spine needs support, especially if you've been working hard all day. a firm mattress is the way to go. So we talked about the pillow, we talked about the mattress. What else can I recommend for a good sleep? Tell you what I personally do. Even though it's getting cool now, I always have a fan running. I like the sound. It keeps the room cool. Cooler rooms generally will help you sleep. Again, see what works for you. And I like that sound of the fan. It's so soothing. I find I go to bed much faster. Lighting, I would say, see what works for you. Some people like complete darkness. For myself, I do like a darker room. I do want one point of light in the room, so in case, I need to get up at night or something like that, I want to be oriented. I think if I was in a completely dark room and I had to get up, it would be a little too much for me personally. So dark room, a little source of light, that's what I would recommend. And another thing I would say when it comes to sleep cycles, try to be regular with your sleep. Try to, as much as you can, go to bed at the same time. Have that regular rhythm, and then the body gets used to it, and then the body will, in my opinion, what it almost feels like is there's these hormones, the chemicals get released that seem to tell your body that, it's getting ready for sleep. The body gets in a cycle, it gets easier to sleep. If you're going to bed at 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, if you're all over the place every night, it's going to be hard to fall asleep because the body's literally confused. But if we can be consistent, go to bed at the same time, try to get up at the same time as much as you can. Yeah, sure, a little bit on the weekends, you stay up, but I think that'll really help with the sleep cycle. Caffeine is something you want to minimize. Caffeine is a stimulant that can disturb sleep, so as much as you can, you want to minimize caffeine. I would say those are the major things, and I guess I'm going to end with this note, and I'm speaking from experience that I think when we live in the West, when we live in North America, there's a huge emphasis on production and go, go, go. And I think sleep sometimes can get neglected. It's kind of like, yeah, I'll catch up on sleep on the weekend, or, I got just too much to do. I don't have enough time to sleep. And I'm telling you, please, please, please make time for sleep. I want to share something with you. Here's a thought. Work is important, but rest is important. You need both. If you work all the time, that's not good. If you rest all the time, it's not good. You need both. So work hard, rest as well. They're equally important. I really hope this video helps you. And again, thanks for watching. I'll leave that link below. If you could vote for us, that would be amazing. God bless you. And I hope you really sleep well. Thank you so much. Dr. Sandy signing off.